In a world on the brink, where tensions crackle like fire across the globe, a war simulation is launched. 5 of America's strongest rivals unite, convinced that overwhelming force can break the backbone of the United States. But they forget one thing. When the storm comes, America doesn't step back. America stands taller. In the simulation's opening seconds, enemy jets swarm the skies. Missiles rise like scorching arrows. Warships move like shadows across the ocean, and analysts predict the US will be overwhelmed. Yet in the heartbeat of chaos, the world watches something they never expected. The US military doesn't panic. It awakens. From the quiet hum of submarines lurking deep beneath the waves to the thunder of fighter jets ripping the heavens open, the entire American war machine answers with the force of a nation born from courage, built on sacrifice, and trained for victory. 5 enemies, 1 battlefield. And what happens next becomes the most shocking outcome ever recorded in a global war simulation. The war simulation begins like the birth of a monstrous storm. 5 powerful nations uniting with one mission: crush the United States and erase its military dominance from the face of the earth, believing that their combined armies, navies, air forces, cyber divisions, and missile fleets could overwhelm the American war machine in one coordinated, devastating strike. But what unfolds inside this massive simulation shocks the entire world and redefines the meaning of power. As enemy missiles tear through the sky, their warships push through the oceans. Their fighter jets rise like swarms of steel locusts. Analysts predict that America will be pinned down within minutes. Yet the United States does not tremble. It does not panic. It does not take one step back. Because America has never been a nation built on fear. America is built on grit, sacrifice, courage, discipline, and warriors who refuse to surrender. In the first heartbeat of the conflict, US command centers come alive like a supercharged nerve network, glowing with intelligence feeds, satellite data, radar sweeps, and coded transmissions as America's top strategists step into action with the calm confidence of masters who have prepared for every scenario imaginable. The United States Army mobilizes instantly, unleashing armored brigades and infantry divisions across multiple simulated battlefronts. Abrams tanks roaring forward like iron beasts awaken from a disciplined slumber. Bradley vehicles maneuvering in tight formation, artillery units locking onto coordinates with chilling precision, and soldiers moving with unshakable resolve. Their training, their loyalty, and their patriotism turning them into a living shield against the storm. At the same time, the US Air Force shatters the enemy's illusion of superiority by igniting the heavens with the scream of engines built not for survival, but for dominance. F-22 Raptors lift into the sky like avenging phantoms, invisible to radar, untouchable by enemy targeting systems, slicing through formations with surgical strikes that leave opposing pilots stunned before they even understand what hits them, while F-35 Lightning II jets execute coordinated lock-ons from ranges so far that enemy radar screens barely have time to register the incoming threat before the simulation marks their destruction. Above them all, B-2 Spirit bombers drift through the upper atmosphere like predatory shadows. Stealth systems absorbing detection, their presence utterly unknown until they unleash payloads that tear simulated strongholds apart with unstoppable force, proving once again why American air power is the gold standard of the world. Meanwhile, the US Navy answers the enemy's maritime push with the wrath of an oceanic titan. Destroyers, cruisers, and aircraft carriers surge into position with flawless choreography, launching interceptors, drones, and precision missiles that rain down on hostile fleets with overwhelming accuracy as the mighty Nimitz and Ford-class carriers release wings of fighter jets that dominate the sea-to-sky battle space in minutes, turning enemy ships into burning ghosts on command screens. Yet the true terror for America's opponents lurks deep beneath the ocean surface, where US ballistic missile submarines glide in complete silence, undetectable, untraceable, unstoppable, each one capable of leveling entire war theaters with a single launch. And in the simulation, these submarines wait patiently, strategically, like sleeping dragons until the moment of decisive advantage. proving the unmatched power of underwater American warfare. Cyber Command joins the fight too, neutralizing enemy communications, disabling their satellite links, corrupting their logistics networks, and slicing through their defenses with digital precision so advanced that enemy systems collapse under their own confusion, leaving entire battalions blind, deaf, and isolated. In the simulation control room, observers watch in disbelief as the coordinated war plan of 5 nations unravels in real time, simply because America's cyber dominance is decades ahead of any adversary bold enough to challenge it. As the conflict intensifies, American missile systems roar to life. Patriot, Fade, Aegis, and hypersonic platforms intercept incoming strikes with near-perfect success rates, transforming enemy missile volleys into fireworks of failure across the simulation sky, while American counterstrikes hit their marks with devastating efficiency, crippling enemy infrastructure, silencing airfields, sinking fleets, and dismantling armored columns with unrelenting accuracy. Every branch of the US military moves like a single unified force. The Army holds the ground with indestructible discipline. The Marine Corps storms critical positions with fierce determination. The Navy commands the oceans with iron authority. The Air Force rules the skies with unmatched superiority. And the Space Force protects the invisible battlefield above the clouds, where satellites shield communication, target detection, global navigation, and missile tracking together. They form a shield, a sword, a storm, and a warning to any adversary who still doubts American strength. Halfway through the simulation, analysts expect the US to start struggling as enemy reinforcements join the battle. But instead, something unexpected happens. The American war machine accelerates, evolves, and strikes back with even greater ferocity, as if pressure fuels its power and challenges sharpen its resolve. Special Forces teams infiltrate deep behind simulated enemy lines with silent precision, carrying out high-value raids that dismantle command centers, secure intel, and cripple enemy coordination faster than any other elite unit on the planet. While drone swarms and AI-driven targeting systems sweep across contested zones, identifying threats faster than human eyes can blink, the combined enemy coalition begins to fracture under the weight of American momentum. Their air force is all but erased, their naval power sinking into chaos, their armored brigades shattered, their command networks collapsing like falling dominoes, and their final desperate counterattacks swatted from the sky by American missile shields operating with almost flawless precision. By the final phase of the war simulation, America's not just holding the line, it is pushing forward on all fronts, surrounding, isolating, suppressing, and demolishing enemy positions with overwhelming might. And when the simulation ends, the battlefield tells a story that the world has seen before and will see again. 5 nations combined could not break the United States. 5 coordinated militaries could not overpower American strength. 5 united enemies could not penetrate the shield forged by American discipline, American innovation, American technology, and American courage. The simulated war concludes with total US victory, proving once again that when threats rise, when danger casts its shadow, when the world trembles, the United States of America stands unshaken, because its warriors are trained to rise higher, fight harder, and protect freedom with a force that no enemy coalition can match. In the end, the simulation does more than predict a battle. It reminds the world of a truth carved into history. When the world challenges America, America does not fall, America dominates.